Hey guys, you're watching the EG Pro Tip sponsored by Kingston HyperX. I'm Jordan Gilbert, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about spamming on the CT side of the map DE train. I'm going to talk about spamming outside, inside, and just some of the basic things you could line up and how you could use them to help you and your teammates benefit just from the general spam. I'm going to go in game now. I'm going to start with outside. I'm just going to show you some of the spam starting from the back side of outer, and I'll just work my way up. The first thing I actually noticed, which is not that important of a spam, but actually right here on this white line, if you line it up with this part of the train, in the beginning of the round, if you have an AWP sniper rifle, you could actually take a shot. And you could time it depending on what league you're playing in the round time with your teammates. You just come here, you line it up right next to that sign with the scope, and you just take a shot right there. And if you sink that, that could be a pretty random lucky shot early on. But moving forward, the next spam, which is popular, and which I like to do a lot, is I like to actually sit back 5, and right when I hear rushing alley, if my teammate calls that there's someone walking up, I'll start spamming, and occasionally I'll shift to the right and actually spam at another angle, so they can't really counter spam me too easily, and I can avoid their bullets. Normally what this does for my teammate, especially if they're rushing the alleyway, is I'll have someone like Tyler on my team playing right here, and I'll be spamming them, and he'll hear the hits, and that way they're going to have to come out with either lower HP or not really expecting what side to peek. All they know is that they're getting spammed. So they're going to run out into him getting dinked most of the time, and he's going to get an easier frag. Now, if you move up the train yard right here, a lot of people know that you could obviously spam this T-mid wall, just general spamming. But one thing I'd like to do is when I scoot up this train over here, right before I could actually see into the entrance, which is right at the end of this hitch, I just like to shoot a little left to that brown right there. If you just tap right there at the wall, it's a common spot for people to be in the back of the T-mid corner, and you normally catch them posted up, trying to just get a pick under the 6 train or something like that. I'll go over here to tower really quick. Tower, you could spam white wall, the same wall I was showing you from back bomb, just the same. All you have to do is say you're looking at the ladder hitch right here, you could just spam anywhere by this sign. See these 2 white things? Just spam anywhere in between there. And that's actually just a really good late mid-round spam, because if they're going to walk in her and you haven't heard anything alley, it's normally a good risk because you could just hear the hits and you're not really being exposed. You could easily hide and get help. I'm going to move over here to ladder room. These are some basic spams that some people might not know, but they're very useful. If you come to the top of ladder train here and you're on the right side, this white mark on the wall actually right here is right above the ladder, and I'll show you what spot it is in a second. You can actually just line up and shoot right above it, and that's like a mid-waist / chest level shot, so that's really good spam. The other thing I wanted to show before I show you that location is right here. Some people actually don't know you could spam behind this box right here. So if anyone ever jumps across in the corner and they got blind, but you don't want to rush them, you could actually shoot through the wall right here. So I'm going to move up. I'll show you what I was talking about earlier. The spot you spam when you're shooting at the white patch is actually, it's right here, exactly. So anywhere like right here where they might be standing and walking through this little corridor. And that's a common spot because people like to watch the push from like this, and it'll hit them either way. The last thing for outside I want to show really quick, just this basic spam. If you actually sit on the hitch right here and shoot right at the corner, that meets up with the corner right there in T-mid. So if you shoot to the left, this part of the wall is actually spammable. A lot of people don't know that you could shoot over here and it spams the outside of the T-mid. So if you sit up here, maybe you heard a guy was running away from the middle connector, you could just shoot right here and spray all your ammo, and you end up probably hitting him if he just runs away.